This is the Ideation Project, Season 1, Track 13. Is it possible to press pause? There's a biting energy in the air, an awareness that we're spinning too fast, like an appetite for destruction. And in a world of conflict, everyone now points fingers. If somewhere there is a field where common ground can be found, it's lost in reflexive reaction. Holding out an olive branch is obsolete. Trying to understand the other side is seen as quaint. Is it possible to press pause? When did reflection become a weakness? A sense of balance is now out of fashion. Moderation has become an antique. With each passing day, the culture of outrage hits a new peak. In the process, taking time to find perspective has transformed into a liability. Immediate judgment has become a badge of honor. There's an urgency in the world. Rush to declare the lone wolf. Rush to blame the immigrant who must be a terrorist. Is it possible to press pause? Or an entire planet consumed in tales of dissension? Atrocities are not new, but now we see them in real time. We carry around Wi-Fi windows into the pain. We watch the blood and seek extra camera shots on the panic. Awareness is progress, but then it becomes a cacophony, and we demand quick explanations. We don't have the patience to await an informed verdict. We need a snap decision to satisfy our growing attention deficit. How do we slow it down when urging cooler heads is interpreted as inaction? How do we stop the cycle when every event demands an immediate reaction? Is it possible to press pause? All breaking news is now followed by a frenzy to assign blame before information is ingested. Every shooting, every gaffe, court decision, or disaster is seized upon by interest groups, political parties, and activists looking to confirm a 140-character bias, and an American president with no compunction about immediately exploiting any situation to secure his throne. We live in a polarized moment when only the ideological extremes reap the rewards. Is there any social capital for those who may not reside on either side? Is there a supportive place for anyone trying to find footing in the middle? Social media promises solutions in an easily consumable package, but you'd better join a herd, pick your team, and fight each issue through the prism of your Instagram. How do we slow it down when urging cooler heads is interpreted as inaction? How do we stop the cycle when every event demands an immediate reaction? Perspective is a casualty of acceleration. Slow has become a synonym for bad and ineffective. What if each tweak could only come after a moment of refrain? Might this prevent covfefe? It's not just about needing Trump to practice restraint before he presses send at 3 a.m. Maybe it's about the importance of reflection in our response too. Is it possible to press pause? Maybe the problem with moderation is that it's boring. There's no immediate payoff. It takes patience and consideration, and we live in a moment of first past the post winning the race. What is the value of a message if you're not beating everyone to the punch? We care less about facts and more about followers. The world needs meditation, but won't stop long enough to find the door to the room. Sometimes there is power in an unexpressed thought. Maybe sometimes true strength is in restraint. Mozart once said that music is not in the notes, but in the silence between them. And then the response to this is that we don't have time, that only urgent action can stop an authoritarian at the helm or a planet headed for environmental destruction. And it's not untrue that resistance is important. Change will only come through resilience. But refraining does not equal quiescence. Pausing does not equal acceptance. These days do require action, but there's value in deliberation. And in a sea of fury, where are the moments of sober second thought? Anger has become a big business. There are incentives to outrage. The louder the screaming, the more the clicks. Is it possible to press pause? What if we stepped away from those herds with each headline? What if we stepped out of our silos before a knee-jerk reaction? Is it possible? Do we dare contend with the consequences of straying from the expectations of our Facebook page? It would take pause, measured consideration, more than just an occasional walk in the woods. It would be about recalibrating our world so that we take the moment to sit inside the emotions like grief or sadness or elation and not suppress them. so that we take time to breathe rather than reward ourselves with the temporary high of tweeting another zinger, so that we embrace the idea that pressing pause in whatever way we do it is not about losing ground, and that trying to understand the other side is not a sign of weakness. Nothing of worth comes too quickly. In a world infatuated by speed, our challenge is clear.